And we are live.
Yes, we are.
We're live.
Oh.
That's it. Welcome to our Christmas I'm a Celeb special. I'm your host, Ant.
And I'm Deck.
These are so annoying.
You can place them like on top.
Oh, can you?
This is a little Aussie trick.
We got an official Australian.
We should
have called you like
Kiosk
Keith Lexa or something.
Key.
Kiosk.
Call me Kiosk Key. It doesn't work when you like shake your head.
Well, welcome to Extraordinary Youth.
Yes, welcome.
Actually, our names are Ellis and
Alexa.
Kiosk Alexa.
Kiosk Alexa.
This is our very last week of youth, but it's going to be awesome.
Yes.
We have our very own bush tracker trials. We have some very scared youth who are very scared.
We've spent all afternoon trying to ramp this up, trying to scare them.
Just make sure you comment in the YouTube.
Yeah.
So we've got two teams. We've got Team Snake Rock. Snake Rock, make some noise. And we got Team Croc Creek. Team Croc Creek, make some noise. Now, we're going to do two different games. And if you comment loads for your team, so either comment Croc Creek.
When you're commenting Snake Rock so many times.
Or Croc Creek so many times.
Snake
if
Rock.
you comment 50 times, that will be a star for your camp. The camp with the most stars wins. And the very special prize at the end is we actually have live fire and pyrotechnics at the end.
Yeah.
A massive boom bang
like,
special.
When the winner of I'm a Celeb goes like across the bridge to see their family and there's all the pyrotechnics, we're basically doing the same thing tonight. It's going to be epic.
Like legit.
Yeah.
So stay to the end because it's going to be amazing. And so without further ado, I think we just get right into this, right?
Let's do it.
Okay, so what we're going to do is I need team... Is everything good with the live stream? Everything's all good, yeah?
We're good.
All right, so you can leave your stations. I need Team Croc Creek to be on the right, on my right, your left. Team Snake Rock to be over here. Now, I know you guys can't see the youth, but they're getting ready.
Snake Rock.
And so what I'm going to need you to do, and you can come to the front, that's it. What I'm going to need you to do is blindfold when you sit down. So when you sit down, blindfold yourselves. Now, the reason for this, viewers, is we have some very live critters.
Oh, yes.
That they can't know
Very
about.
alive.
And they're going to be doing the Blind Man's Bluff I'm a Celeb challenge. Now, the way this is going to work is in each camp of critters, there's going to be stars hidden for their camp.
Yes.
And so they need to feel around to find the stars while also entertaining the critters of choice. Now, the way it's going to work is we won't let anyone else see what the critters are apart from, like anyone at all apart from you. The person playing is going to be blindfolded by their own face mask.
Yeah.
So, Team Croc Creek, since alphabetically they're first in the alphabet, I think Team Croc Creek should go first. Team Croc Creek. Okay, so and I think we should have Ade.
Yeah, Ade's best dressed tonight.
Ade, you're going to come up first. Ade, want to welcome
on.
Ade to the stage. Woo!
You can just walk up. If you blindfold yourself, you won't be able to see.
Yeah, we need to move over. So what's going to happen now is everyone else, can you take a seat and blindfold? Apart from Rachel, who actually helped us prepare this game.
She won't be playing this
Everyone
round.
take a seat and blindfold. Now, Ade, I'm actually going to need you to step back for a second. Step back, careful with that lead.
But we're also going to need you to blindfold.
And blindfold yourself. Yeah, as we prepare the game. And then I'm going to lead you. Rachel, can you find me like some sort of stick or something that I can lead Ade with?
A leading stick.
There's like some mic stands over here that we might be able to use.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to prepare the game while everyone else in the room is blindfolded so that they cannot see what the challenge is. So we've got this challenge in 2 rounds. Okay. Oh, do you see that? That is our first critter. Our first critter. Our second critter for round 1. Ooh. And our third critter.
If you can tell what it is, comment.
Yeah, if you know what critter this is, comment. Okay, now under each critter is a star. Now, what we have over here is some very live squids. Some very live squids. Now, Ade, I must warn you, you've got to be very careful with this one. Now, can the audience see the squids? Comment if you can see the squids over here.
Yeah.
Ade, how are you feeling about the squids?
Not good at all.
We're not
He's
going to
not
make
feeling
you eat
good at
them
all.
yet.
And then we've got over here the worms, the live silver worms. So just be
Yeah.
careful with those.
Yeah.
And then finally, we have a lizard,
A lizard.
a live lizard.
Yeah.
Okay, and so under each of these animals is a star. So you need to be really brave, reach in and get your star for camp. Now you're gonna have a timer of 1 minute. So Lex is gonna bring over the hand sanitizer
Yes, I am.
because we don't want to give our critters COVID.
So stretch one of your hands out for me. I'll give you. It's okay. You're gonna rub it together because we know how to sanitize in 2020. Come on.
Okay, and what we're gonna do? Oh, perfect. There's a stick
We
there.
have a stick.
We're gonna lead Ade by a stick.
Okay.
It's like we're Moses or something.
Are we gonna get him to like? What are you gonna do?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Ade, reach out your hands.
Reach out your hand.
That's it. Hold on to the stick.
Go.
All right, now follow me. Keep
Try
walking.
not to trip over.
Yeah, just keep walking, steady. Keep walking. All right, now turn. I'm gonna follow the stick. All right, now in front of you, here, come and take a step left. Don't touch anything yet. It's gonna be your first challenge. Yeah, I'm gonna move things out of the way a little bit. All right, so now, Lex, if you check the comments,
Yes. Yes, I
and I will time Ade. This is Croc Creek round 1. Remember, you got to get in, get the stars. You have 1 minute to get as many stars for camp. There are 3 stars total. Yep. Yes, just right there. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Go on, Ade. Come on, Ade. Now you got to get the whole star. You got to get the whole star, not piece of a star. No one else looking, no one else looking. Josh Pedro, I'm watching you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to count that, All right, now take a step left onto your next challenge. Yeah, and now put your hands down for the silver worms. No, you can't see. And then you have 20 seconds left. Yes, good job, Ade. Okay, you got it. Stand up. All right, take a step left. All right, you got 10 seconds. In front of you is the lizard. Underneath the lizard is the star. You got 10 seconds. Quick. Oh, it's time. That is time.
Can we show Ade what they are?
Yes. No. Well, Ade can see when he sits down.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Ade, when you see the critters, obviously just. Okay, all right. Now we're going to count up your stars. So Ade, you can take off your blindfold now. And see the critters. They're very scary, aren't they, Ade? They're very scary. Yeah. No, you can't see. No, it's a different round. You can't see. Oh, my days. Okay, right. We're going to stick. Ade, you can now go and find your seat. So, what was that? Croc Creek?
Yeah.
There's a star for Croc Creek.
Croc Creek's got a star.
Croc Creek's got a star.
Croc Creek's got
Croc
a
Creek's
star.
also got a star.
A star. A soggy star.
A soggy star.
Yeah.
From
So
the
2
squids.
out of the 3 stars that Ade could have gotten in that round, he got.
Oh, no, you cannot look at all. Right, now, Emily.
Emily.
Stay there for 1 second while we prepare the next round.
Yes. Yeah, I will do. If you guys want to comment anything for a shout out or anything like that, please let me know. Everyone's talking about the screaming for Ade. That was hilarious. I will be soundbiting that later. It will be, yeah, that was awesome. There's been a few Croc Creek comments. So, yeah, racking up the points for the stars. We're loving that. No, there's not enough for a star. There were about 2. But it's still support. No, you can't. We're just preparing the round for you. Under the table. Yes. Beautiful. They have been hidden.
Okay, Emily, you can make your way to stage.
You can take your mask off.
You can now make your way to stage. Okay, now while you can see, why don't you sanitize your hands? You have a phobia of blindfolds.
That's a really...
Doesn't Emily love Jesus? Okay, so what we're going to do is, if you stand clear now, we're going to guide you. So if you can blindfold yourself, we're going to put the critters on the table. We're going to put the critters back on the table. The ones that Ade was so scared of, and rightly so, like. Very scary.
It's very scary, Emily. How do you feel, Emily?
I'm not being
Feeling
sarcastic, he is
nervous?
very scary.
A little bit nervous, yeah? Are you more nervous about being blindfolded or the actual task? Nice. Very nice.
Okay, the critters are prepared. Now, Emily, you would have heard by now how the game goes.
Yes.
You have 1 minute. Lex is going to reach up the pole and guide you towards your first
I'm coming towards your
critter.
hand. Don't be afraid, okay? Walk forward.
Okay,
forward.
now,
There you go.
right in front of you is the squids.
Okay.
Now, they are alive, so be gentle with them.
Okay.
Then we have the silver worms, and then the
Be all
lizard.
right.
Okay, yeah, we're going to be leading you, a step to your right each time for the next challenge. Okay, you have 1 minute, starting now.
Now.
Oh my days. Ooh, it's crawling.
Oh.
All right, Emma, you got to find the star.
Oh, she's done it.
She's very careful. Yeah, now put the star down anywhere, doesn't matter. That's one star for your camp.
Quick.
All right, take a right step.
Move along. Yep,
On to the next one.
Turn down.
That's it. Yeah, stay away from the third one. You're not ready for the
There
lizard
you
yet.
go.
All right, these are the silver worms. The silver worms.
She's done it.
Okay, she's done it.
Final one.
Emily is bossing it.
The
Final
lizard.
one.
The lizard.
Careful, hand up. All right, onto the lizard. Now, this one's a little bit bitey, a little bit aggressive, so just be careful.
Be careful.
Okay, no, be serious. I'm serious. Be careful. Sure, she's pro.
She's actually
She's
shaking
really
though.
slowly. Yeah,
Come
she's
on.
nervous. Oh,
You got
It
10
moved- it
seconds
rolled.
left. Oh,
it rolled on its side.
10 seconds.
5.
Come on.
Oh, she's done it.
She's only gone and
She's done it. Keep your blindfolds on. Everyone else, keep your blindfolds on. But Emily, you can now reveal to see your critters. Oof. Was that the toughest thing you've ever done?
No.
No. Wow, Ade, getting put to shame. Okay, so that is 3 stars. Emily, you can now get down. That is 3 stars for Snake Rock.
Yes, it
Can you
is.
start preparing the next challenge while
Yes,
I
can.
3 stars to the amazing Snake Rock. Excellent job. Excellent job. That is just brilliant. Okay. Let's get rid of these critters now. Put them away. Yeah, that's it, Rachel. Can you just put this one in its cage? Yeah. Yeah, just take it back to the kitchen. Yeah, thank you for putting away the lizard for us. Okay. It is time for round 2. Round 2. Okay, yeah, be really careful with that one as you prepare it. We need to keep them covered, I think. I'll hold the stuff. Alright, so now the good news is these critters are smaller, but possibly a little bit deadlier. So we've covered them up. Abalash, we now need you to take off your blindfold and come to stage. Yeah, you take off your blindfold, come to stage, because you can't see what's under the plates. Now, they're really docile at the moment, but if you touch them too aggressively, they'll start moving. So come forward and sanitize. Sanitize. That's it.
What a model citizen.
Right, now put your blindfold back on. Yeah, you need a moment, that's right. Put your blindfold back on. Right, how scared are you feeling right now? Tell everyone. Say it a bit louder.
Shout
Not
it.
very scared. He says, okay, I'm going to take the plates off very carefully. Oh my days, it's actually, it's relentless. Oh my days, okay. And then number 2. Okay, you see our amazing critters right now. Our amazing critters. Now, what I'm going to do this time is I'm not going to tell you which one, but we do have a scorpion in there.
Yeah.
No, it's a poisonless scorpion. Now, just be careful.
It still nibbles.
All right, just be careful. All right, so we're going to guide you to your first. And I'm going to get the time right. Remember, you have 1 minute to get as many stars. The stars will be under the creature. Okay. Croc Creek, are you ready? Let me hear some cheering for Croc Creek. Come on, comments in the chat for Croc Creek. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Below. It's grabbing you.
Gotta find that star.
Easy with it. Careful.
Oh.
Good job. Very delicate. And no repercussions. All right, now let's take a slight step to your left. Yeah, and then hands forward and in front of you. That's it. Now really careful this one, it bites. Careful, it bites. His hands are trembling. Oh! Okay. All right, now to your left. All right, now this one is a mystery guest. It's very dangerous if it blows up. Wink, wink. Yeah. That's what I'm saying is if you touch it aggressively, there may be needles. You've got 20 seconds. Wait, stop. Okay, continue. You got 5 seconds. Good job, Abalash. Croc Creek. You can take off your blindfold and don't say anything about the insects and the animals.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to repair this trial. For who's the most scared, do you think, out of Abhishek and Pedro?
Pedro.
Do you think? All right, so...
Just to remind you guys, we are getting people to sanitize their hands between rounds.
And we've already pre-sanitized.
Have.
Okay.
And also in the same household, so it doesn't really matter.
Yes. Okay, so Pedro, 1 second. We're just going to cover up these insects. Now, obviously, these ones are more docile unless you hurt them.
Yeah, just don't.
So just don't hurt them. That's the key. Avalas did a great job of being slow.
Okay.
All right, Josh, we can now... Josh, you want to come around the Croc Creek side for me? You can take off your blindfold. You can come up, and if you come up this side of the stage for us, how are you doing at home? Are you enjoying this? Let us know. Like, comment,
We are having a
subscribe.
lot of
We're definitely enjoying it. Seeing them absolutely freak out.
fun. Scream like little girls.
Comment if you know what creature it is, if you get me. All right,
Yeah.
now sanitize for us, Josh.
Beautiful.
All right, and now put your blindfold on.
It's 2020. You can use a mask for a blindfold and your mouth.
Yeah, youth leaders out there who are watching, genius.
Genius.
All right, and I want you to pull it up a bit higher, please, mate. No, a bit higher. That's it. That's
Come on,
that's
Josh.
it. Okay, right. I'm just going to very carefully.
Oh, very grabby, that one.
Let go of me. It both times it doesn't want to let go. Okay.
Go.
All right. So Josh, we're going to guide you very slowly.
Okay, put your hand out.
That's it. Okay. Now turn your hips. Yeah, that's it. Straighten up. Yeah. Now take a little step left. Yeah. Now turn your hips a little bit more to your right. That's it. Now, is that right? Is that down below? All right, so down below you is the first critter. Underneath that critter is the star. And each consequential star is to your left. Ready? Some shouts for Snake Rock. Snake Rock.
Snake rock, snake
Oh, wait.
rock, snake rock, snake rock.
You have a minute. Starting now. Yeah, careful with it. Careful with it. Get the star. Get the star. Yes, that's it. All right, now, yeah, to your left. To your left. Yeah, it's a spider, so be really careful. It's a scorpion. Be really careful. Josh, whoa, Josh, you moved it. You could have killed it.
Third round.
Third round. Okay, to your left, to your left. All right, be really careful with that. Great job, Josh. That's a 30 seconds. All right,
Record
everyone can take their
timing,
blindfolds off now.
Record timing.
That you can take your blindfold off, mate. It's cauliflower. Yeah. All right, well done, Josh.
Good job, guys.
I need to add the points for Croc Creek, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that is... All right, Josh, you can go down. You can go down. You can go down. Yes, we're playing games. Wait, how many did Croc Creek get? They got
You
3,
guys
right?
got 3 last round.
Abalash got 3, didn't he?
So
Big
Snake
man.
Rock is in the lead with 6 stars.
Big man.
Oh, 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 oh.
All right, next we have a live bush tucker trial.
Oh, yeah. This involves us too.
This involves us too. We're going to play. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why we did that.
Oh, wait. Oops. I've made a doozy. I've accidentally given Snake Rock Croc Creek's point. But just know that...
Wait, I've got a solution. I've got a solution. Hold my stick.
Is that going to work? Oh, you're so smart. This is why I married you. You know that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait, we need the tape. Oh, it's too late now. Yeah, for the next game.
We can get more
It's
tape.
all good.
We can
Okay,
get our
now,
lovely
the
assistant
benefit
to
of
get
this
us some more
game-
tape.
The benefit of this game is that people can see what's going on. All right, nothing's hidden. Now, we need to divvy out some stars for comments. That's what I need to know. So, Lex, who did you see commenting a lot? Anyone?
Saw Malachi commenting a
Oh, my
lot.
days. Yeah, Malachi.
Unfortunately, it was for the wrong team.
Who for? Right, Croc Creek. That's a star for Croc Creek. Over here, just noted and counted. Anyone else commenting for Snake Rock? Anyone down there? Snake Rock?
We've had some comments for Snake Rock.
Sinead, Snake Rock.
We've had support.
Okay, I'm going to give a star to Snake Rock.
Yes, yes.
Star to Snake Rock. All right, we are ready for our next game, which is the live bush tucker trial.
Yes.
So, Lex, while I get the stuff out, why don't you just give us a spiel, you know?
Yeah, awesome. So, with this bush tucker trial, we are going to make our awesome youth leaders eat some lovely little critters. It's going to be gross. It's going to be awesome, and we want you to stay tuned and watch. Are we going to reveal what they are just yet? Or are we just going to...
Yeah, we're going to go for the first round, the first plate.
Perfect.
So, who's up first? Who's not gone? Abhishek and Rachel Holloway. If you guys come to the stage.
Do we need to divvy this out?
Yeah. All right, so we're just going to divvy up. Just make sure you social distance.
Wait in the wings for a second.
Wait in the wings for a sec as we divvy up the first round of
Just
Crunchy Crickets. Crunchy Crickets. So, yeah, well, aren't we sharing the Crunchy Crickets between both of them?
No, they have a plate each.
That's not Crunchy Crickets.
It is crunchy crickets.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, you prepared this in advance?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Because I'm Ant, I don't know anything because I was off for a year. And Holly Willoughby took my place. Okay,
All
right, so we're going to exit the stage
We are.
somehow. So, Abhishek, if you just let us get past, thank you.
Remember to sanitize before you touch your crickets.
You've got chewing gum in your hand.
Put it on the stick.
No, not on the stick. Hang on.
Put the tissue on the
There's a receipt. Perfect.
That is the class we like to see.
That's
in
how we do
extraordinary
it. You might want to put the receipt in your pocket.
They can't see it on
Yeah, I know, but I can see it in my heart.
camera. In my heart.
In my heart. Okay, right. So, it is the first one to eat 5 Crunchy Crickets wins a star for their camp. Are you ready? After 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! 2, 3, 4.
You gotta show us
5.
your empty mouth.
Oh, Rachel
That
wins.
was Rachel.
Did she have 5?
Yep.
Wow, okay.
You just gotta do them whole. Yeah.
Okay, right, so Rachel, Abhishek, if you guys leave the stage.
Beautiful. I guess
And that
I
is
need my
a
stick
star for Snake Rock. Oh, for Croc Creek. That is a star for Croc Creek. Losing my own
is.
team points.
It is.
There we go. Okay, next
Beautiful.
up,
Let's
if anyone
move
wants
these
any
outside.
of these Crunchy Crickets, they can
We'll
have them.
send you some. We actually got extra, so.
Yeah, we've got so many that we can do this next year, if you want to. Okay, next up, we have Buffalo worms.
Buffalo worms.
That is disgusting.
They are also unseasoned, so no treats for any of you. There was a fruit and nut version. We didn't give that to you.
Buffalo worms. Lex, you want to just divvy up the buffalo worms? All right. Can we welcome up Abalash? Where's Josh Pedro gone? And Josh Pedro.
Hey!
Come to the
You
stage.
can't hide from the truth.
Come to the stage. Up you come.
Up you come, up you come.
Sanitize on your way. Josh, if you come up that way as well. And Abalash, you come over here and you take this station. We're going to exit camera so that they've got space to play their game.
Yeah.
Now, if you shout for your team, you'll earn points. Lex is looking in the comments right now.
Yes, I am.
All right, again, it is the first person to eat. Now, these guys are a little bit smaller. So we're going to say 10. 10 buffalo worms. All right? Now, here's a catch. You've got to eat them one at a time.
Yes.
So we know. We got to know you had 10. All right, hands off, hands off. In 3, 2, 1, go. One at a time. Oh, look at that face. Oh, he's not liking that.
3.
Look at Josh's face. Finish, open mouth. Josh beat you.
Yeah!
Yeah, Josh beat you. You took too long.
Okay.
You were busy gloating. All right, that's another point.
Beautiful.
Wait, Josh, you Snake Rock. That is a
Snake
point
rock,
for
snake rock.
Snake Rock, Snake Rock, Snake Rock.
love
There
to
we
see
go.
it.
Right, let's move these.
Creepy crawling.
Oh, they are nasty.
Yeah,
Ooh.
nasty beast.
Okay.
Oh, this is our third.
Well, our third and final round,
Should
right?
Is this the third and final round? I feel like there's one more round after.
This is the. Oh yeah, this is the.
Should we do this one? I feel like I would rather do this one than the one after.
Can someone get me a glass of water, please?
Okay, we're gonna do this one.
I'm on your team. All right, so we're gonna do the locusts.
We're gonna do the locust.
First, now look, these
would
ones are
also
the
like a glass
these
of
ones are the
water.
biggest ones of all.
Like
So I think we do 3.
this,
If we did
I would
5
say-
crickets, 3 locusts makes sense, right?
Yeah.
How did you lot do this?
Okay.
Okay.
You ready? Natasha, the camera woman, said it was me. All right. Now this is the last round. We do. Aren't you glad that I made you do this one? Yeah. All right. Now this is probably the worst thing.
We need to bring this out of church. It's a new percussion instrument. Okay.
Most annoying.
Okay, the
Sorry
next
for my
one.
culture.
Rachel, are you going to bring this one to the stage? Or is it under the table?
So this is who
Oh.
is this?
This is Emily.
Ade and Emily. Oh, actually, I don't think Emily can do this one.
No, Emily can do this one.
Oh, Emily
Yeah,
can do
this is
one.
for Emily. This is a
You can do
vegan.
this one.
This is a vegan.
We have a vegan option for you.
Emily, we thought about you. And Ade, oh my days, Ade, I'm actually sorry.
We're gonna have to move out of the way.
I'm actually sorry. I'm actually so sorry. Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Beautiful.
Ade, if you let me get past. All right, why don't you guys step forward and reveal what your dish is? Now this one's worth double points.
Yes.
Okay, so we have
Emily has vegan surprise.
Emily has vegan surprise, and Ade has jellied eels. Emily has vegan surprise. She's vegan, and Ade has jellied eels. We thought this was an equal thing.
Yeah.
All right, now Emily says I think yours is slightly less horrible. You'll have to eat 2 of yours, and Ade, you just have to have 1 big chunk. 2 forkfuls, and Ade, you gotta have 1 chunk. All right, on my count. Trust me. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Do we need a bucket? I didn't think about a bucket. Don't throw up. There's no bucket. No. There's bones. Wait. Hang on. I didn't know there was bones. Spit the bones out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I didn't realise jellied eels would have bones. I thought they'd be like fillet.
I feel like I can smell it from over here.
Okay. I tell you what. Emily gets a star, and Ada, you get a star if you eat a tiny piece of jelly.
We made him eat fish bones.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. For a star, for your camp. Come on, for Croc Creek. Come on, Ade. Oh, look at this. Great job, Ade.
Beautiful.
All right, why don't you guys exit the stage?
Thank you, guys.
Why don't you guys exit the stage?
I still have essence of locusts, in my mouth.
You know, like when you eat, I'm trying to think, like, you know when you have popcorn,
Yeah.
and you get popcorn stuck in your teeth?
Yeah.
I have a locust stuck in my teeth.
I'm giving the stars out.
Oh, this is horrible.
Yeah.
I have locust stuck in my teeth. Where's the water?
All right.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I think it's time to move swiftly on.
Yes. So, happy campers, can we get to our stations?
Yes, please.
As we prepare to move on to our next section. Now, we have had an absolutely crazy year here at Extraordinary Youth. It has been full of ups and downs and crazy times, but you guys have been here with us throughout it all. And so we just want to say a massive thank you from all of us at Extraordinary Youth for plugging in, for taking part, for watching week in, week out, for liking, for subscribing, for being there at XY groups week in, week out. We wouldn't be Extraordinary Youth without you guys. So we want to say a massive thank you to all of you. And, you know, this year has been just sort of a crazy year, right?
Yeah.
A crazy year.
Yes.
And one thing that has really kept us going through it all is Jesus. Now, Abhishek, can you just give me the music? Ready? Oh, there we go. Okay, see, this is a much more serene moment. See, the one thing that has kept us going throughout it all is Jesus. The truth is, he has helped us in every single moment, and we got countless stories of just where we really needed help, and Jesus came through for us. And tonight we have an amazing sermon, an amazing preach from our Sittingbourne youth pastor, Tony. She is going to be bringing an amazing word. I really encourage her, engage with what she's saying. Take notes, comment, because the more that you put into this, the more that you're going to get out of it, the more that God's going to speak to you, challenge you, and grow you. If you're here and you're wondering, you know, is there a God? Is there more to life than this? Then I really encourage you, tune in to Tony's message as we head there right now.
Evening before Christmas, and I want to take you on a bit of a journey. I'm going to just give you a little bit of a story and just really share with you what I feel like God's put on my heart to speak about. So I know for a lot of us that entered into 2020, we entered this year with our own expectations. So for some of you, maybe you were expecting to get really great grades this year. Maybe some of us were expecting to start new jobs or go on holidays. I'm sure this year you had lots of your own plans. But I want to take you back to January in 2019. And on my phone there is this really cool thing where I can go onto my photo gallery and I can scroll right back to the first time that I got my phone. And as I was just preparing this message and going back over my memories from the last few years, I guess I kind of want to speak about expectations and how sometimes we have our own expectations that don't come into being. So 2019, I had 3 children. Chris and I are happily married. And in January 2019, we started the year off, as we always do in the church, with our week of prayer and fasting. And so I come out of that week feeling really like I'm really ready for this year. God, like, show me what it is that you want to do this year. And so Chris and I, we started the year off, we bought a new car. I was super excited because it was like, I had 2 cars before that. I had a Ford Focus and I had a Vauxhall Astra. Absolutely loved both of those cars. But the Mondeo was like our first fancy car. So I'm like, this is so cool, like I love this car. So that was a massive tick off the list of things that I wanted to achieve in 2019. Right at the start of the year, I'm like, right, this is amazing, this is going to be fantastic. Looking back again on my camera roll, I've got time and time again where I am spending some real quality time with my family, not only my children, but actually my mum, my brother, my sister, my in-laws, our extended family, and I have got so many photos and videos of spending time with people that I love. And at the time, I can definitely say I fully took that for granted. So going on from that, get to May, 2019 May, and we had booked our first ever family holiday. So we went to Spain. It was amazing, absolutely incredible time. We went for, I think it was about a week, like all inclusive. The kids were having the best time ever. Like we went to the pool, we went to the beach. It was incredible. And looking back on the memories, I still feel the joy that we felt and the excitement and the expectation of that. When we were boarding the plane, I'd booked the tickets, we were boarding the plane. It was all new, it was all exciting, and I still now, looking at them photos, think that was fantastic. That definitely met and exceeded the expectation that I had when I was planning to go on my family holiday. Skipping forward, June comes along and we moved house. So we were living in a 2-bedroom house and it felt quite small. We had the 3 children. We're thinking, right, okay, we need another bedroom, we need some more space. So we found another house, we did a mutual exchange. And when we went to see this house, there were obviously some things that we were like, right, we need to change that. We need to slap a bit more paint on the wall, put new flooring down. We knew it needed a new kitchen. So we went and we moved house, we did this exchange with the expectation of, okay, it's going to need a little bit of work, but that's okay. We were committed to getting that done. So we moved house. I'd recently started a new job, caring for vulnerable adults, which I was absolutely loving. And then, so we're in this house and we're moving our stuff in, and we suddenly realised actually what we had expected to have to do in this house was sort of at this level, and what really needed to be done for us to be able to live there was kind of at this level. And so one thing I really want to point out was during that time, although my expectations were not met, I wasn't able to move in and sleep in our new house as soon as I would like. One thing that I really want to just point out was that if it hadn't have been for our friends and our family during that time, I don't think that, or I know that we wouldn't be where we are now. So yeah, I'm going to skip forward again to July. So that was June, we moved house, wasn't quite what we expected, but we're in the situation, we were just, right, okay, this is where we're at, we're going to keep going with it. So July comes around and I had collapsed at work. Chris got the phone call to say they'd called the ambulance, we weren't really sure what was wrong. and they did lots of investigations, lots of tests, and it come back that I just was so stressed and so exhausted that my body had just said, no, no more, like, you need to rest. So from the first 7 months of that year, I would say 80% of the time my expectation was met. Sometimes life exceeded my expectation and we had really great times. There were other times in that year where my expectations weren't met, unexpected things happened, and it caught me completely off guard. And in that moment, I had that choice of how am I going to react now that I'm facing situations that weren't in my plan for 2019. So I guess I kind of started this journey a little bit before this year, and as the rest of the year goes on, we had Elsie started school in September. We were planning conferences throughout the end of 2019, ready for 2020. And so we get to around Christmas time, and Chris and I were chatting, and we were talking about like this whole thing of what did we expect from 2019 and what has life actually given us, what has God done in that time for us. And there's, like I said, there was a lot of highs, there was some lows, and one of the biggest challenges I had that year, some of you may even know this, is when I was unwell and I collapsed, I wasn't allowed to drive. So we'd bought the car in January, and then in July, I was no longer able to drive my car. And for those of you that know me, I really enjoy driving. Like I love driving, I love cars, I just really enjoy it. So for me, going through from July through to the end of that year, it was a massive challenge because I remember when I was learning to drive, and one of the reasons I wanted to learn to drive was Chris and I, when we had Archie, we walked everywhere. If we needed shopping, we would go to the shop with the buggy, we'd load it up with all our shopping and we'd walk back home. And there's a lot of things that when you don't drive, you realise how much a car, although it's a luxury, sometimes it's also a necessity. So getting to and from hospital appointments, visiting family, you name it, it was always like and obviously as a family of 5, we were enough for one car full, one journey. So whenever we needed to go anywhere from July after I wasn't able to drive, it meant either needing to get like a minibus taxi, get public transport, or for us, we were really fortunate that we had friends and family that were able to help us with that. But again, it was the unexpected. So everything that we had planned for the rest of 2019 and going into 2020, we had to tweak those plans a little bit because I wasn't able to drive. So if we were planning on going anywhere, we would have to make extra plans on how we were then going to get there. And again, like we were coming up to Christmas and we were planning for 2020. And so we were planning Young Lions for youth, obviously, and Young Lions is fantastic, just a little plug. If you are between the ages of, I think, 16 and upwards, and you're wanting to become or develop into a young leader, we would love to take you with us next year, however it be that we do that. But contact us or your small group leaders and just let them know that you are interested in joining for that. So it's like a boot camp for our leaders. It's absolutely fantastic. And so we're planning for January 2020 that we are going to take our leaders to Young Lions. And I'm calling Ellis, I'm speaking to Jaya, I'm thinking that I can't drive. We are going to have to spend extra money trying to get these young people to the venue. So January comes around, and Ellis will still even tell you, I remember receiving my driving licence back literally just in time. And I know that God's timing is perfect, but I will hold my hands up and admit that I can be a little bit, only a little bit, of a control freak. So when I'm planning things and it's not matching up to my plans, I'm panicking. Like, I'm freaking out. I'm thinking, right, okay. But in that moment of panic and thinking, right, I need my driving license, not for my own desires, but actually I need to get these young people to Young Lions. And I remember having that moment with God, like, God, I need this. I need this from you. Like, please come through. And of course, like, God left it till the 11th hour as he does. But he did come through, and my license came back. We went to Young Lions, and again, looking through my memories on my camera roll, fantastic memories of January 2020. So we started off January 2020. This is my year. I'm thinking my license is back. We did our prayer and fasting week. It was a great start to what I thought was going to be a cracking year. Skip forward to March and we hit lockdown. We have now entered into this global pandemic. None of us are sure about anything. All the plans that we had made at the end of the year are all up in air. Like, we don't know what's going to be happening. And so I want to take you to the Bible. It's a great place to go. And I want to read from Luke. I'm just going to sort of summarise what was going on. So there's a lady in this chapter, Luke chapter 1 and 2, called Elizabeth, who she wasn't able to conceive. And then her husband, Zachariah, basically has this encounter in the temple. He didn't believe the angel that had told him that your wife is going to bear a child. So the angel basically says to him, you're now not going to be able to speak until this comes into being because you don't believe me. And so I'm pretty sure that when Zachariah started his day that day, he was not expecting to be told that his wife would conceive a child. They were going to name him John, and that he then, by the end of the day, wasn't going to be able to speak. So he comes out of the temple, and it says in the Bible that he was signing to those around him to say, like, I've had this encounter, but I can't speak. And sure enough, his wife Elizabeth falls pregnant. And so Mary, as we know, the mother of Jesus, she is related to Elizabeth. So Jesus and John were cousins. So Mary's now got this news that Elizabeth is going to be having a baby. Okay, so she's excited. She's going to be an auntie. And I remember still when my sister was having her first child, and I was super excited. I'm like, right, this is amazing. I'm going to be an auntie. Like, this is incredible because it means I still get to sleep all night, but I still get to coo over the beautiful little baby she's going to have. And so, much like 2020, we had the unexpected, didn't we? And so we skip forward 6 months, okay? So Elizabeth is 6 months pregnant, and Mary has this encounter with the angel Gabriel, and she's told that she's going to be having a baby. Now, I'm pretty sure that Mary woke up that day completely unaware that by the end of the day she's going to be preparing to be a mum. So she wakes up, and I'm pretty sure she's probably thinking like, oh, Elizabeth's going to be having her baby soon, and I'm going to be an auntie, this is incredible. And then she has this encounter with an angel who says, you're going to bear a son who's going to be the saviour of the world. And it's that whole thing of that was unexpected. And in that moment of being told that, it says in the version that I was reading, it says, Mary does not waste a minute. She goes straight to Elizabeth. And I'm hoping that you're picking up on some of the points that I'm making as I'm sharing this with you. That in these moments that happen, we aren't doing them on our own. So Mary has this encounter, and it says that she doesn't waste a minute. She goes straight to Elizabeth. Now, I know that in 2019, going back again, when I was going through some of that stuff, my first reaction was to pick my phone up. I'm going to call Jaya, I'm going to speak to Ellis, I'm going to call my sister, and I'm going to chat this through. And so one thing that I guess I've learned in 2020, as we've gone through this transition of a global pandemic, people around me have lost loved ones, People have lost their jobs, people have become redundant, people are facing academic struggles, whether they're going to be able to get the grades that they wanted this year. And I'm not just talking about people as if it doesn't matter, it doesn't relate, because actually I know that a lot of you are going to be going through some of these things that 2020 has brought us. And so I am with you, I'm standing with you in the uncertainty that 2020 has brought us. But actually I want to go a little bit deeper than that, I want to journey further than that. And so although 2020 has brought a lot of uncertainty, it's brought a lot of unexpected things that we weren't planning for. Because I know that as we entered this year, I don't think there's one person that can honestly say they saw this coming. So we've faced a global pandemic. We've seen the murder of George Floyd, which has sparked a massive awareness of racism and the extent of that. We've seen the effects of mental health and people battling with that. And again, like I say, like the uncertainty of the academic achievement this year has been horrible. And so I know that even if it's not something that you are experiencing firsthand, you will know of those around you that are struggling with something that I've just read out from 2020. So I think it's a fair thing to say that 2020 was not what we anticipated. It was definitely the unexpected. And so after Mary finds out that she's going to be having this baby and she's spoken to Elizabeth, Joseph then finds out he's going to be a dad. And again it's that, okay, this is not what we expected, this is not what we planned. And I guess it's really extreme for Mary and Joseph. Mary was a virgin and she's going to face the backlash of people not understanding that actually she conceived this child from the Holy Spirit. So skimming forward, after they have had that initial, okay, this is unexpected, what do we do now? Mary goes through her pregnancy, and then there's the census, so they have to travel from Nazareth to Bethlehem. And I was just looking this up a little bit. And so, I know when we think of Christmas, I don't know what suddenly springs to mind for you, but I guess for me, I think of the nativity scene, and it always looks so magical, like this beautiful little barn, this stable, and this lovely little bundle of joy laid in a little manger, and the songs that we sing, the Christmas carols, they all sound lovely. But actually, I want to look at the journey that got them to that magnificent evening when Jesus was born. I want to look before that. So they obviously, Mary and Joseph, have to travel from Nazareth to Bethlehem, right? So that, when I looked it up, it's like 90 miles, which is far. So it could have taken them anywhere from, I think it said like 4 to about 7 days to walk that journey. And obviously, having been pregnant myself 3 times and been heavily pregnant, there's no way you're going to get me to walk 3 miles, let alone 90 miles. So I know she journeyed some of that on a donkey, but they faced hard times, they faced tough times. And what I want to encourage you this evening with, and I'm not just aimlessly rambling on, actually there is a point to this, that although this journey this year has been completely unexpected, as it was for Mary to conceive a child, and as it was for them to journey 90 miles, it was a grueling journey, and it was unexpected. And I know that when I was pregnant, I planned things. Like I said, like I'm a planner. So you plan how you want to give birth, you plan where you want to give birth. But for Mary and Joseph, that wasn't their reality. They travelled to Bethlehem, and it was then time for Mary to give birth to this baby that we remember as being magnificent, the saviour of the world, the baby that brings hope and brings life and gave us the ultimate sacrifice for us to be able to be in relationship with God. But the truth is that the journey before Jesus was born was grueling. This year you may feel like, okay, we've faced really, really hard times. We've gone through something that we could never have anticipated, the complete unexpected. But I want to ask you, in that, what are you going to take from this year that is going to propel you into next year? Because I don't want us to have fought this battle, have survived this year, and go into next year and just get in the same cycle of taking life for granted. And I can honestly say that there have been moments this year where I have fully taken life for granted. It wasn't until a few weeks ago Chris and I actually tested positive for COVID, which is why we haven't been up to youth, we were isolating. And in that moment, we had to manage and navigate a lot of emotions from not only ourselves but actually from our children. And this year has had its scary, crazy moments. But one thing I want to just touch upon is that when I said about 2019 and in those moments of crisis, my reaction was to turn to people. And I'd prayed that at the end of 2019, that 2020 would bring me closer to God, that it would actually deepen my relationship with Him. And I can honestly say that that has happened. So although it's not been the way I expected it to be, it still has had the same outcome. I have definitely deepened my relationship with God. Because in the moments of crisis that we faced this year, in the moments of feeling heartbroken, for seeing people going through such turmoil and seeing the world in the state that it's in, my first reaction has been to run to God. Because sometimes all I can do is pray. And although that might not seem a lot or sound a lot, I can tell you now that there is so much power in prayer. The other thing that I just want to touch upon is the importance of community. So I know that going through 2020, it's had the potential to cause division, to cause relationship breakdowns, to cause tension among your relationships, albeit your friends or your family or your partners, your spouses. And so I know that if I hadn't have turned to God in some of the times that I did and really cried out to Him and made Him my first response, that the outcomes of some of my situations could be very different. So there was a moment in, I want to say April this year, so we were in lockdown, and so we had all three of our children home. I was on furlough, and I was really struggling to manage the behaviour of one of my children. And so I got to the point where I guess in 2019, I got very busy in just making sure I like a list. So I'll make a list of everything that I've got to get done, and I'll just tick through it, even down to the small things of like, right, pack lunch, make dinner, clean the house, do the dishes. And so I got really wrapped up in just day-to-day chores. And I guess when lockdown hit and we were intensely spending time as a family, I really understood that Elsie was really struggling with some of her behaviour. And I also really understood that as a parent I was really struggling to help her with her feelings and her emotions. And I got to the point where I completely broke down, and I remember thinking, I can't do this. I have no idea how to fix this. And I understood in that moment the importance of community, because prior to lockdown, if I was having an issue with trying to navigate Elsie's emotions, my mum would step in and she'd help distract, or she'd use a technique. My sister would be there, or my brother would make a joke, like the importance of family. And so we're in lockdown, and Elsie and Archie obviously were experiencing their own emotions and feelings, having their schools closed, not seeing their friends, not being able to see family, not being in church, which they were used to. And I remember reaching out thinking, I know that I can't do this on my own. And so my challenge is to you today, are you reaching out or are you struggling alone? And I don't want you to look back at this and feel like 2020 has been a train wreck. There are obviously things that have been horrific this year. There is absolutely no doubt about it. But what are we taking from this year? So I want to look at some of the lessons that I've learned. I want to share that with you because I want us to start 2021 with a hope and a joy that we can share with others. That doesn't mean that we're just focusing on the year that hasn't been what we expected, but actually how the unexpected can propel us into something magnificent in the same way that the unexpected pregnancy of a virgin actually saved the world. So as we start 2021, I really want to encourage you that although we have experienced the unexpected, it doesn't end there. Mary didn't end with just being pregnant and that was it. She gave birth to a beautiful baby. She named him Jesus, and he later went on to sacrifice himself so that we had a way of being in relationship with him. So there are a few points that I just want to touch upon just as I change my sheet over. What are we expecting for next year? I don't want you to be put off from having expectations. I know that last year we would have had our expectations, but this year let's really take some time to think, okay, next year, what am I expecting to get from next year? What am I expecting God to do next year? What's our focus? Where is it at? So from this year I want to share that I've learned community is so key. That without my friends and my family, my church family, I know that I wouldn't be where I am today. I know that I wouldn't be feeling hopeful for next year if it wasn't for them speaking truth, if it wasn't for me spending time with God during this season. But actually I want to also just say that life is too short to hold a grudge. That there may be things that you've fallen out with, friendship groups, family, siblings, spouses. There may be things that you disagree on, but actually life is too short to hold a grudge. So forgive quickly. Understand the importance of community. We are not called to do this journey alone. And time again in the Bible we can read about community. I wrote some scriptures down. I'm not going to read them out because I am running out of time. But Galatians 6 verse 2, Ecclesiastes 4 verse 9 to 12, Hebrews 10 verse 24 to 25, and these are just a few of the ones that I've picked out. And I want you to go away and read those and to really understand that actually God calls us to live as family, not to be isolated and alone. And we are so fortunate that even though we have been in lockdown, that we have been unable to meet physically, that we still have the ability to connect online, via FaceTime, via message. And I think it's time for us to step out and be creative in how we build relationships in 2021. And so I want to encourage you and I want to challenge you that we need to find joy in the moments and not get caught up in just ticking off what needs to get done. I need to revise for this test. I need to make sure I'm doing this for this exam. Actually, let's slow down. Let's understand that there are times and opportunities in these moments that we are called to do more and to be more and to bless others. So I guess for me, just to summarise what I have learned in 2020, the year of crazy, the year that was unexpected, that I'm going to use everything that I've gained and learned this year to propel me to do more in 2021. So the importance of community. Life is too short, forgive quickly. And let's work on restoring relationships so that we can be community. Let's look for ways that are creative, that mean that we can still bless others. Because I know when we see people hurting and we see people that are going through something really tough, we want to be able to do more. And right now I can't come and hug you guys that are going through a crisis. I can't come and just sit with you. But I can pray for you, and I can be creative in the ways that I think of checking in with you. So this is a challenge to myself just as much as it is to you, that I am going to be thinking of ways, I'm going to be brainstorming And I want to hear from you. I want to know your ideas of how you're going to be creative in blessing others and looking for the joy in the moments. So that is all from me. I want to wish you a massive Merry Christmas, and I am so excited that next year, although it may be unexpected, hopefully not as unexpected as this year was, but actually the growth in some of you guys have been outstanding, and I can't wait to see all that God is going to do in 2021.
Wow, that was so powerful. Abhishek, if you could just give me back the music, is that all right? I know I love I'm a Celeb, and it is awesome. But I just want to extend this moment. You know what Tony said there just really stuck out to me. You know, let's not do this journey alone. The power and the importance of relationship, the power and the importance of family. And really, I just want to stress to you right now the power and the importance of having Jesus in your life. Maybe you're here right now and you don't know who Jesus is. He's not just the boy in a manger, but that boy grew up to be a man. And he was the Son of God. And God sent his Son because of the mistakes that you and me have made. You know those times when you did something that you regretted, when you hurt someone and you really wish you could just be forgiven, that time that you ruined that relationship, that time that you told that little white lie, that time that you made your mistakes. God saw you and he saw me in our mistakes, and he loves you so much that he was willing to send his only Son to die, to pay the price for your mistakes. See, when you believe in Jesus, you have access to the peace of God. If you're feeling depressed or anxious right now, I want to tell you that there is peace in Jesus. If you're sitting there right now in your room with scars on your wrists, I want you to know this, that there is healing in Jesus. Everything that we walk through in life, everything that we journey through, every question that we struggle with, I want you to know right now that life with Jesus is the answer. Maybe you're trying to figure things out. Maybe you don't even know who you are anymore. Maybe you're sick of yourself, sick of people, sick of circumstance. I want to tell you right now that if you would put your trust in Jesus, you would have a life full of peace, a life full of love, a life full of mercy, a life that is full, not empty. See, Jesus died on a cross for you. And he said these words, "It is finished." Because if you believe in him and follow him, shame is finished. Self-hatred is finished. Guilt is finished. Your mistakes, they are finished. And you enter into new life with Jesus Christ, a life full of love, hope, and peace. And I want to extend to you this invitation. Maybe you don't even believe in God. Maybe you've never even thought about God. Right now, if you want to know if God is real, if you want to know if Jesus Christ is who he says he is, I'm going to give you a chance to respond. A chance to say yes to Jesus, a chance to meet Jesus for the very first time. And so right where you are, why don't you bow your head and close your eyes? And this is just to create a moment of privacy. And if you want to respond to what I'm saying, to Tony's message, if you want to do life in relationship with Jesus, what I want you to do is after the count of 3, I want you to raise your hand right where you are. If you want to do life without shame, without guilt, a life with peace, a life with a fresh start, I want you to raise your hand after the count of 1, 2, 3. And right where you are, God sees your response. He sees your hand. And if you want to, I'd like you to pray this prayer with me. It's just a prayer of asking Jesus into your life. And say these words after me. Dear Jesus, I'm sorry for my mistakes. I'm sorry for the times that I messed up. Jesus, I need you to forgive me of my mistakes. And from this day forward, I will follow you and open up my heart to you. In Jesus' name, amen. Well, if you responded to that message, hey, we are here to talk, here to chat, here for any questions. Lex, why don't you come back up to the stage? We have XY groups, and they run on Thursday nights, right? They're amazing, right?
They're so good.
They're so good. And so what we do is we meet as groups to chat about God, being a Christian. What does it look like to follow God? We just did an amazing series on relationships, on following Jesus. And right now we're stopping for the Christmas break.
We are sadly stopping.
I know, right? But on the 7th of January, we will be resuming XY groups. So if you're not in one and you want to be a part of one, contact us at 0737 841 5201. 0737 841 5201. You can pause and rewind that if you need it. Or at Extraordinary Youth or at extra_youth. Those are all of our handles, all of our contact details. If you want to get hold of us, any questions, anything you want to know about, anything you need prayer for, help with, contact us. We're here for you. We are your XY fam.
We are.
And so it's come to that time of the night where, as we head into a new year, we've got to go out with a bit of a bang, don't we?
Bit of a bang, yeah.
Bit of a bang. So why don't we welcome up some of our contestants to the stage as we announce the winner of our I'm a Celebrity 2020 Christmas special. Why don't you guys come up to the stage as we announce the winners?
And the winners of the 2020
I'm a Celebrity. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this moment? Are Snake Rock! Hey!
Look at that, we told you there'd be fire.
We told you. That was sick. We loved it. We love you. Tune in January the 7th and January the 8th. We will see you then.
Peace.
Peace.